Multicultural Department of Miineapolis Public School welcoming Somali community. Please watch the video on the slides. Thank you.
You're going to do a good job for the community, and I feel, and you agree with me today, her and above all, Mr. Dean, they did not fail us today. So thank you so much. Second of it, I always really said that Abdulrahman is here. He knows it is. When I first elected, I said that I will never be shy away advocating and enabling Somali-speaking parents and students and educators in the district. If I'm not clear about that, then why would I be elected and sitting there? But that does not mean we have to take away anything from anybody else, whether they speak Spanish or Hmong or English, doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, if you are not advocating for your children, for your students, we will be in trouble. Second of it, I know the district was not what you expected in many ways, in many levels. But, and I know you would agree with me, we cannot and we will not give up hope to change the district. I really feel that this time around there is a decent ELL plan, and the missing link was the community link. And this is today for me, and I will tell my board members, I will also tell the superintendent, this is starting to shape up to be from your own input. Please don't be shy, and no matter how we grew up and what system we grew up in, we are a new way of a new system, part of this new system, where writing, emails is really the key to change the system. I've said in public, I'm going to repeat it again, the people who we mostly listen to, the board members, are people who write to us. And especially, I always really say that, the more the emails are more eloquent, the more we listen to. It doesn't matter the fact. If it looks fantastic writing, you say, oh, I would love to read this. You don't know what happened, but you just like the good reading. I'm not asking that you to write a good, but help the parents to be able to advocate for themselves as you're helping them. Now, Dean is one of you. I said at the beginning, I'm going to repeat it again. He's not going to go anywhere. We're going to succeed unless he gets input from all of you. And also he listens to your needs and shares with the director, then putting up to the rest of the system, the superintendent, the leadership, and then the board members. My final point, really my final point. I know today we have talked a lot of challenges, which we do have a lot of challenges. But I'm just going to tell you, when I meet the other community members who speak Spanish or Hmong or others, they're really saying that, you know, those Somalis are organized. They are really organized. What are they doing? You know, how can we learn from them? And what I'm suggesting is we cannot really forget what we're good at. Also, while we need to fill the gaps that we have. Believe me, this was my honor. It was not yours, it was my honor to be here as your own board member. And before my 4 years is up, I said it. I would love to see the Somali language to be taught in the district. And my hope is that to happen this September, not even a year from now. And without Afka Somaliga, we don't keep that, nothing else matters. Thank you so much.
Working and what is not working, or the challenges. And I will do my best to summarize what we have discussed as a group. What is working? We have the highest graduation rate. The Somali students in the district have the highest graduation rate when it compares to the African Americans or Caucasians or others. The Somali student rate is really high. Recruitment, it is very effective, and I can use my site as an example. Wallstone International High School or Roosevelt High School, our number continues to increase. For example, we started Wallstone International High School with 104 students, and as of last week we have 193 students. So the recruitment piece is working, and that is coming from staff who reflects the site, and we have the ability to communicate with no translation. Somali parents are really active within the building, even though they don't come to board meetings or so. So they really care about education about their students, even though most of them don't know how to read or write. we talked about the challenges and what is not working. Lack of navigation, which is basically some of them are new or English is not their first language, so they have a hard time navigating through the system. So that is a challenge that the Somali parents have within the school or within the district. Wrong information is being given, or misconception within the community, where again, most of us don't use email. Our community don't use email or cell phone. The way to communicate is word of mouth, which means if I tell my friend, this year we are starting early, next day the whole community will hear about this school year will be starting on August 20th. So wrong information. We also talked about the transportation, which is a huge issue within specifically with the Somali community. And we used an example as Roosevelt High School, Wallstone, and we also used Edison High School, who are new to the country and are living at the mayor's place, at the shelter place. And we have about a dozen of families who are new to the country, who are registered in the system. But when you tell them that here you go to card and we expect you tomorrow morning, it will be a culture shock. So the challenge is the transportation, and we would highly recommend somehow to provide at least a way to have a great point and say that at least 6 months or 1 year provide transportation so that they can stand on their 2 feet, so that maybe next year or so they can use the public transportation when they are familiar with the system. Classroom size is huge and it's increasing, and especially for the English language learners and are new to the country. For example, at my site at Wallstone, we have about 40 class students, which is very difficult when you are talking about higher thinking or small group working. And we all know that study shows that when you have an English language learners, you need smaller settings so that they have a better connecting with the teachers. So the challenge is a high classroom. The number of the classroom is huge.
We discussed some issues. To answer this question is what's working and so we're talking about a lot of people mentioned about making phone calls in terms of communication. You know, evening phone calls work well for the parents and school administration and leadership support. They mentioned a lot of stuff. Mentioned that point too. They mentioned it was working. Bilingual stuff in school buildings is also working, and some staff members mentioned creating a network of Somali families in their buildings. Some of us talking about the organizing special nights for Somali parents, ESL programs and heritage language, particularly at Ann Sullivan. We're talking about the behavior issues and what some of the things that they say scheduling parent-teacher conferences on behavior issues. One of the schools said that we have a newspaper, a school newspaper in Somali, English and Spanish, I think. Sanford Abdullah said students feel more safe at school, and also they have a homework help.
What's the issue are zoning and behavior? I never used it.
Do you need it
Okay, what's the issue? We know the school zoning, and some of the parents, they will come to your school, they will say, okay, I need my child to be here, and then when you find the address and tell them you cannot be in here because this is a community school based on this area, you're supposed to be Coach Jefferson or Whittier, they don't understand. That will not get through. That's one of the problems. And behavior, one of the staff mentioned, kids, they fight in the bus, that will impact for their success in the daytime, okay? Here, there's no two-way communication. That means some of us, we say communication is good, it's success, it's working, it's great,
But that was, we send the robot calls, we send phone calls, we send flyers, but nothing coming back from the Somali parents. Nothing. If it's coming back a little. But that's not exist between the families and the school. There's no two-way communication, which is the foundation of the success of the communication. Here's the lack of Somali staff in the main office. Most of the schools, except my school, there's no Somali staff in the main office, and the family are not feel the sense of belonging. They feel this is not their place. Some of them will go to charter school. Here, lack of Somali school administrators positions. That's what we need. We need Somali students to have a program assistants, SAM, public information assistants. That positions are exist in public schools, and it's the part of the contract, the 14 contract we have in Miineapolis Public Schools. These positions are there, and they can offer us, and it can shape the equity and diversity of the school, because we have different perspective, and it helps for the kids to succeed. Lack of cultural understanding among the school staff. This is the huge. And lack of bilingual teachers. We used to have many years ago, but it's not existing anymore. I don't know why. Not meeting students' religious needs. And this is issue of art, music, how are we going to navigate that? How the staff, this is the issue. And the praying time, also, my kids at Al-Salavan, they pray in front of the auditorium at the noon time, which is, I monitor them, and then I find a room for the month of Ramadan, but the school administrators are not aware. Oh, Muhammad, it's time for the prayer, I have to go with them. And that's also, they have something supposed to be the school knows. Early assessment for the special ed. The special ed team, they rush for kindergarten and first grade to assess if they don't make a progress that they want based on the grade level they are.
Because they worry about the school scores.
They worry
all
about
worry about the school scores.
Thank you.
If they can put a kid in a special ed, not to affect, you know, the school scores, they will rush to it. But if you have to speak up, you got to stop it. I tell them no. It's too early. Let's wait. Let's just